health, life. These are two factors that we don't normally think about in our daily lives. But because of COVID-19, these two factors become the essential of everyone's attention. In May 2020, the Presidential Decree number 64/2020 was released by President Jokowi that increased the cost of BPJS. But is that really the right thing to do? Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Indonesia, my name is Marvel and I'm here to oppose to the idea that we have to increase the cost of BPJS. But before we talk about that, we need to understand what is BPJS. BPJS is a system that ensures the citizens of Indonesia's health. Citizens of Indonesia can pay a certain amount of money each and every month to get their medical attention. Now, these medical attentions are divided by three classes: the first, the second, and finally the third class. The first class will give more medical attention, but it costs more than the second and the third class. Now, what is the difference between BPJS and health insurance? Well, technically BPJS costs way cheaper than health insurance, but that is not the case anymore, because in May 2020, President Jokowi released the Presidential Decree number 64/2020 that increased the cost of BPJS. Class 1 to 150,000, Class 2 100,000, Class 3 25,000, and finally in 2021 they will increase it again, Class 3 to 35,000. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's not a lot. I mean, sure, the first and second class is a bit expensive, but the third class, that's cheap money. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the case. For 25 million people in Indonesia that have lost their jobs, they have nothing. They can't even pay for their lunch each and every day. How are they able to ensure their health? The only way they can is by BPJS. But the thing is, because of the Presidential Decree number 64, they can't even do that anymore because it's much more expensive now. The amount of money that is used to cover BPJS, even the third class, they can use that money for their daily necessities. Now, because of these factors, these people, the 25 million people that don't have any jobs, can't pay for BPJS. So what would happen to their health? What if they get sick? Well, nothing. They can't pay for BPJS, so where do they get medical attention? The only option they have is BPJS because that's the cheapest option. But because of COVID-19, they lost their jobs and they can't even pay for that. Are we just going to let these people die because of illness? Just because they can't even cover the cost of their medical attention? No, we should stand up. We should not agree to the increase of cost of BPJS because these 25 million people that have lost their jobs need us. They need those medical insurance. And I want President Jokowi to know, and I want to advise President Jokowi to not do this. Pay attention to your people. Not all of us have sustainable jobs in COVID-19. Not all of us can cover for the cost. Sure, President Jokowi stated that the reason they increased the cost for BPJS is to ensure the quality of its medical attention. But can those 25 million people cover for that cost? No, they cannot. They'll probably use that money to buy their lunch or maybe buy food or for their daily necessities. Their health will be endangered. So I want everyone to know that this law is absurd and should be stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Indonesia, I rest my case.